Hello, how's it going? My name is Andres Arias with International Relocation Partner in the Expat Community. Today we're with the 9th Spanish class now. It's been a long run. Thank you so much, Warner, for being with us and Jeremy Free for being part of this. Today we have Warner, Jeremy Free, Pablo Arias. How's it going, Pablo?
Doing good.
And yeah, we're giving these Spanish classes to the community. A lot of people come to Costa Rica or any other country in Latin America, and most of them do not know the language. So we wanted to start this initiative, which is for free for everyone to join. Apart from this, we also have translated news into Spanish every Friday. If you go to our webpage, theexpatcommunity.com, which is at the bottom right here, you can sign up and you'll get every Friday translated news into English. We have some comments. Let's see what we have here. Thank you, Zach. He says these live Spanish classes are really cool. Love that you're doing this. Thank you so much, Zach, for tuning in. And yeah, we have translated news into English. We also have knowledge-based articles. Do you know how to open an account in Costa Rica? We have an article that covers that in the expatcommunity.com. And yeah, Jeremy, if you want to present yourself, he'll be our student for today.
I appreciate it, Pablo, Andres, Wagner. I appreciate everything. I'm taking Wagner's classes in face-to-face in person, and they're fantastic. So this is awesome to be able to be here with you guys as well. I'm the owner of Costa Rica Expats, Facebook group where, again, we're working to get it more informational, more vetted, more safe to have correct answers and opinions also. That's a huge thing, getting opinions from people who are already here thinking about coming here. It's just good having kind of a melting pot of ideas where people are try to be nice to each other to get real opinions and real information. So I appreciate you having me here.
Pleasure to have you here, Jeremy. So Warner, what do we have for today? Where are we learning today? Excited.
Well, one more time, one more week. Now, this week I am better. So I had my own medicine for this week, and I am ready to have the class with you. So today we will study, we will continue using the 5-finger system. However, today we will go deep with the use of one of the 6 main verbs. Because the point is we can use this verb with the system, with the 5-finger system, but also this verb has another meanings that it's important to understand the use about this verb. So this is basically what we will study today. But before to start, I want to say thank you because this was a funny week. I received the request of 2 students. Hey, I want to study Spanish. Okay, perfect. Are you the guy of the 5-finger system? Yes, I am. So how do you know that? Because I saw that in Facebook, and I want to say thank you. So I am doing this to collaborate with this amazing community, but this is part of the results. Now people want to study with us. So if you want to study with us, you need to contact me. But if not, you can continue taking these classes every Wednesday. I am totally sure that moment will go. You will be ready when you want to decide to study Spanish with us. So this is today, okay? This is the class for today.
Nice, Warner. All right, so let's get rolling. You can see right here that we're gonna be studying the to have verb.
Exactly. Are we ready for the class? See?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Good. Let me share now my screen. Let me share my screen. Can you see now? Yes. Okay. So remember that we are studying the system that how to make sentences using the system of the five fingers. Remember the information that we have in this system, the information that we will use in every of the fingers. So in the finger number one, if you are taking the class, I want that you do this with me. So raise your hand and point the finger. So remember, in the finger number one, we will use the information about when the action is happening. In the finger number two, we will use the person who's doing the action. So remember, when the action is happening and who's doing the action. In the finger number three, we will use one of the six main verbs. In the finger number four, we will use any other verb. And in the finger number five, we will put the information. Everything that you want to say is going to be there. Okay? So Jeremy, what's the info in the finger one?
When?
In the finger two?
Who?
That is the info that we need to use to conjugate the verb number
3.
the
Finger 3, verb 1.
Exactly, the verb one, but in the finger three. Exactly. Remember that it's important because you will have the information to conjugate that verb. So that means if you have one expression in the present, the sentence it will be in the present. If you have one expression in the past, the sentence it will be in the past. Okay. If you have one expression in the future, obviously the sentence it will be in the future. Do you remember the golden rule when we have two verbs together? We have one golden rule.
Is the me? Is it the me before it? Me?
Not exactly.
Or the no conjugation of the second one?
Yeah. The golden rule is this. When we have two verbs together is, I didn't finish to say the golden rule of what. So the golden rule when we have two verbs together is verb number one conjugated, verb number two infinitive. Okay? Today we will study the system, but now with the verbo tener. ¿Qué significa el verbo tener? We will focus on this one today. ¿Qué significa el verbo tener? El verbo tener significa to have to or must. Tener que, to have to or must. Okay, help me please with the conjugation of this verb. Por ejemplo, when you have the person yo or the personal pronoun yo, in the present tense, the conjugation is yo tengo que. If you have the person tú, the conjugation is tú tienes que. With the person he, she, or you formal, the conjugation is tiene que. With nosotros, the conjugation is tenemos que. And the conjugation with they, with ellos, the conjugation is tienen que. Okay, please repeat with me. Yo tengo que.
Tengo que.
Okay, one more time. Yo
Tengo que.
tú
Tienes
que.
él
tiene que.
Tiene que.
nosotros
Tenemos
que.
ellos.
Tienen que.
Tienen que.
Okay, I don't know
Nice.
why you are laughing, but it's okay. It's
Because
okay.
we can't get it at the same time. We can't do it
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm trying to, but I can't. Yeah.
Okay. People, if you are at home, probably you are doing this better. Okay, so let's try.
Probably.
Let's try to do it again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yo,
Tengo que.
tú,
Tienes que.
Tienes que.
él,
Tiene que.
Tiene que.
nosotros
Tenemos que.
Tenemos que.
y ellos.
Tienen que.
Tienen que.
Very good, very good, very good. Okay, so this is the conjugation of the verbo tener in the tense present. If you see now, we saw the rest of the conjugations, because the last week we use only the conjugation according to the person I. Okay? Let me go now to the system. So I will go to the system. In the system, we will use all these conjugations. And with this, I want to tell you that this is one of the functions of the verbo tener. The verbo tener, the verb to have, it has different uses. And we will see the uses of the verbo tener today. But one of the main uses is exactly this one, okay? One of the main uses is exactly this one. What is that use? When we use the verbo tener like one obligation, okay? So when you use the verb to have, the verbo tener with the five-finger system, the function of the verb in that kind of sentences, it's like an obligation, okay? So then let me make sentences with you. For example, remember today we will keep simple. We will use only one expression of time. Por ejemplo, hoy yo tengo que, o yo tengo que ir a la oficina. So in this sentence, we are using the five-finger system. Hoy yo tengo que ir a la oficina. When you have this sentence, what I understand is that the action that you should do, it's something mandatory. It's like an obligation, okay? Jeremy, could you read the sentence?
Hoy yo tengo que ir a la oficina.
Who knows the meaning of that sentence? Today, I have to go to the office. Probably if you say that is because you feel that there's one obligation to go to your office. Hoy yo tengo que ir a la oficina. Wagner, I have a question. What's the meaning of que? Because if I know que, it could mean what, or que it could mean that. But why do you use que in this sentence? Because that is one of the situations. Sometimes my students, when they make sentences with a verb, they say only, hoy yo tengo ir a la oficina. Hoy yo tengo ir a la oficina. But the real situation is that we need to say, yo tengo que.
Okay.
In this case, in English, you don't use this que. You don't have this que. This is one auxiliary that we use with the verbo tener. In this case, it's only with the verbo tener, because the other situation is when my students, they use other of the verbs, like the verbo to need, they use or they try to fit the use of que in the sentence, but you don't need to use it. It's only with the verbo tener. The verbo tener, in this case, que it's one auxiliary. It's not the meaning of that. It's not the meaning of what. In this case, it's one auxiliary that we use with the verbo tener when we have two verbs together. Pay attention to this. After the verbo tener, you don't have a verb, you don't need to use que. But if you have a verb, you need to use que. That is exactly why it's an obligation. That is exactly why that is mandatory, okay? So, Jeremy, please try to give me one example with tienes que. In this case, I am using the person tú. Try to tell me one expression of time. Tú tienes que. You can choose the verb in the finger 4 and you can choose the information in the finger 5. Please try to give me one example.
So finger 1, 4, and 5 make a sentence.
Ajá.
Este momento.
En este momento.
Tú tienes que Ir al baño.
No, that is not true. That is not true. In this moment,
I froze. It's the first thing that came to me. Sorry, Wagner.
no, very good example. Very good example. I am joking. No. Exactly. So if you say that, is because that person definitely should go to the baño. Have to go to the bathroom. Okay. So en este momento tú tienes que ir al baño. Okay, Pablo. Something. Try to get. Jeremy, very good sentence. Very good sentence.
Thank you.
Jeremy, Pablo, try to give me one sentence using the verb about something that you should do and you consider that it's mandatory for you.
Like what?
Using the verbo tener, something that you have to do.
I have to. I mean, to do or to own or to have.
To have.
Something that I have to have.
Something, because it's an action, it's something that you have to do.
I have to take a shower every day.
Exactly. Gracias a Dios. Thanks to God, you want to do that.
I just have to. I have to brush my teeth every day.
Exactly.
Don't forget about coffee.
Entonces dice.
I have to have a coffee every day.
Oh, but pay attention to that sentence. Because you are saying to have coffee. But after to have, you are not using a second verb.
Oh.
You are using a noun. So that makes the meaning of the verb to have is different.
You have to buy coffee.
That one is correct. Okay. Pablo, we will see the difference about the use of the verbo tener with your sentence. Okay. I have to have coffee. It's different. Yo, okay. Todos los días, every day, todos los días, Pablo tiene que llamar a Andrés. Because you are talking about the business. So every day Pablo have to call Andrés. Todos los días Pablo tiene que llamar a Andrés. Okay? In this case, if you see one more time, we are using the verbo tener in the structure with the meaning or with the function of the verbo tener like one obligation. Okay. Jeremy, try to give me one more, but now with the verbo tenemos. Tenemos. That means like you will be talking about you and Nicole, because you and Nicole is we. Okay?
Todos los meses.
Todos los meses. You can
every
say
single month.
Nicole y yo. You can say Nicole y yo.
Tenemos pagar el dueño.
Ok. ¿Tenemos pagar o tenemos que pagar?
¿Qué? Tienes que.
Tenemos que. Could you see exactly what I told you, that sometimes the students, they don't use que? Remember, when we have two verbs together, we should use que. But I like that kind of mistakes because this is how I can demonstrate that, we need to practice on the use of the verb. Every month, todos los meses, Nicole y yo tenemos que pagar la renta al dueño. So the rent to the owner of our apartment. Exactly. This is one obligation. This is something that it's mandatory. Every month, Nicole and I, we should pay the rent to the landlord. Perfecto. Muy bien. But we will finish the use of this exactly rule with two sentence negative, because sometimes it's something that you have to do, but also sometimes maybe it's not your obligation to do that. Just for example, if you say this, hoy yo tengo que ir a la oficina, I can make that sentence negative, saying in this way, mañana yo no tengo Mañana yo no tengo que ir a la
oficina.
oficina. Exactly.
Tomorrow I don't have to go to the office.
Exactly. Today
Mañana no
I have.
tengo que ir a la oficina.
Exactly. Hey, I am happy because today I have to go to the office, but tomorrow I don't have to go to the office. So we can make sentences, remember, positive and negative. Okay, let me finish this rule, the rule of the use of the verbo tener like an obligation with one more example. Please, Jeremy, give me one example more. Pablo, give me one more example. Andres, give me one more example with the verbo tener que.
Okay. Jeremy, Pablo, Andres have to give an example. Jeremy starts.
Okay, perfecto.
Okay. Todos los días yo tengo que bailar.
Muy bien, todos los días yo tengo que
Yeah.
bailar
Gracias.
con mi esposa. Con mi
Yeah, sí,
esposa.
exactamente.
Exactamente.
Bailar. And how did you like? Out of all of the verbs, he thinks about dancing.
Because it was brought up today in Spanish class. Somebody's got somebody used that word for something and it just stuck in them. It's the word of the day, I guess.
But I like the sentence. That is how you increase your love with your wife, dancing every day.
Sí.
Exacto.
Sí.
You are smart. Every day I have to.
Can we get Nicole? Can we get Nicole on the screen? Can we get Nicole?
She's in there doing
Nicole, are you there?
She's listening. She's in the house doing something, listening to it. Yeah. She's probably in there laughing.
Sí. You will get a prize.
She's like, no.
You will get a prize today. Jeremy.
We'll have to drag her in here one day.
Todos los días yo tengo que bailar con mi esposa. That is very good. Pablo, one more.
Yo no tengo que bailar con mi hermano.
Yo no tengo que bailar con mi hermano. Sí,
I don't have to dance with my brother.
No tengo que bailar.
Yo nunca tengo que bailar.
Hermano. So, hey guys that you are at home. So, meanwhile we are creating these sentences, I want that you try also to create your own sentences. Like thinking about, oh no, mañana yo tengo que ir a la municipalidad. Oh no, mañana yo tengo que comprar comida para mi casa. Try to practice your own sentences.
I have to start my immigration process.
Exactamente. Yo tengo
I need to do my international move with international relocation planning.
Exactly. Okay.
So
this is the use of the verbo tener que like an obligation. Okay? But better pay attention because the use number 2 of the verbo tener now is different. Okay? See, you need to pay attention to this. The second use of the verbo tener is basically when we talk about posesión. When we talk about our possession. Okay? So in this case, the structure of the verb is exactly the same. So we will conjugate the verb in the same way. However, in this case, now we are not going to use one verb. If not, we will have a noun after the verb. For example, I can say this. Yo tengo 2 perros. If you see now, this structure is not an obligation. If not, you are talking about possession. Yo tengo 2 perros. I have 2 beautiful dogs. Yo tengo un carro grande. I have a big car. Yo tengo 2 casas. I have 2 houses. When you use that, it's because you are talking about your possessions. or maybe that you don't have in your possession. So, yo tengo 2 perros, pero yo no tengo gatos. Okay? I have in my possession 2 dogs, but I don't have in my possession 1 cat. Okay, Jeremy, give me one example about something that you have in your possession.
Yo tengo un perro.
Yo tengo un perro. Pablo, give me one example about you.
I just went to the bathroom, but I'll tell you one.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Andrés.
Yo tengo 3 guitarras.
Yo tengo 3 guitarras. Why, Andrés? Do you like to play guitar?
I do, yeah. I
Oh.
love to play guitar.
Muy bien, exactly. Okay, now in your houses, please give me one example using the verbo tener like possession. You have 30 seconds. Yo tengo una casa, yo tengo una propiedad.
Yeah, yo tengo una casa.
Yo tengo una casa, yo tengo un celular, yo tengo un sofá, something that we have in your possession. So, Jeremy, but now tell me one example about something that you don't have in your possession.
I mean, that's easier, but I just have to know the word for it. No tengo.
Yo no tengo. Something that you don't have. Yo no tengo. For example, in my case, yo no tengo una motocicleta. I don't have a motorcycle.
Yo también, no tengo un moto.
Entonces yo tengo un carro, pero yo no tengo motocicleta. Okay? Entonces, remember, rule number 1, we use the verbo tener plus verb with the function of something mandatory or an obligation. Use number 2, we use the verbo tener plus a noun. Remember, a noun is everything, it's the objects, everything that we can touch, okay? Yo tengo, okay? Yo tengo una casa, yo tengo un carro, yo no tengo un gato, pero yo tengo 2 perros. Okay? Wagner, but what about if you say this? Yo tengo una hija. Por ejemplo, that is my example. Yo tengo una hija. I have 1 daughter. Wagner, but is that possession? Is your daughter a possession? No. This is the cases where we use the rule number 3. If you say, yo tengo muchos amigos, I have a lot of friends, yo tengo una novia, I have a girlfriend, yo tengo un estudiante, I have 1 student. In these cases, we never are talking about your possession because the people is not your possession. My daughter is not my possession. My students, they are not my possession. In this case, we will talk about relationships. When we talk about relations between people, when you say, yo tengo un buen jefe, I have a great boss, yo tengo muchos amigos, I have a lot of friends, you are talking about relationships, okay? Jeremy, give me one example talking about relationships.
Yo tengo una esposa.
Yo tengo una esposa, very good. Y Nicole, she says, yo tengo un esposo. I have 1 husband. Thanks to God, yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly. Andres, give me one example.
Yo tengo 3 hermanos.
Yo tengo 3 hermanos, exactly. That sentence is not that they are your possession, if not that you have a relationship with these guys. Okay? Because one more time, rule number 1, obligation. Tener plus que plus infinitive verb. Number 2, possession. Tener plus noun. Number 3, relationship. Tener plus people. Okay? Rule number 4, and this rule is very interesting because in español it's different. When in English you say, for example, your age. Jeremy, please tell me your age in English.
In English,
Yeah.
I am 32.
I am 32 years old. Very good. Andres, tell me your age.
I am 24.
I am 24 years old. Now my age, I am 35. No, it's not true. I am 49. So
I was gonna believe you.
when you say that in English, I am 32 years old. I am 24 years old. I am 49 years old. That situation is that in Spanish we use the verb to have. So when you say in English, I am 32 years old, we say in Spanish, I have 32 years old. Probably, I don't know if you had this situation before when you are in a party and you are speaking with other people. Maybe one tico said, oh, I have 20 years. And you said in your brain, in your mind, why this person said that I have 20 years? Because that is the way how we say that in Spanish. So in this case, when you say in English, I am 32 years old, we will say, yo tengo 32 años. When Andres said in Spanish, I am 24 years old, he will say, yo tengo 24 años. And in my case, I will say, yo tengo 49 años. Okay? Use number 4. We use the verbo tener when we express our age. So it's different in English than in Spanish. Okay? Bien. And so now we have 4 rules. Jeremy, what's the rule number 1? Obligation.
Obligation.
Rule number 2?
Possessive.
Possession. Possession. Number 3?
Relationship.
Relationship. And number 4?
Años, years. Having
relationship. And the number 4 is when we talk about our age. Okay? Okay, but now I want to finish the use of the verbo tener, and I hope that you are practicing at home also. I want to see some expressions that we have with the verbo tener, okay? And the rule number 5 is exactly the same. Some expressions that we use, where we use the verbo tener plus one noun, okay? Plus one noun. So let me give you the example number 1. Is when we say, especially now that we are near Christmas, we can say, tengo frío. Tengo frío. ¿Qué significa tengo frío? Tengo frío. I need a sweater. Please.
I'm cold.
I am cold. Exactly. Probably this is like I have cold, but you don't say that in English. You say I am cold. Tengo frío. Okay? Expression number 2. when we say tengo hambre. Tengo hambre. ¿Qué significa tengo hambre? I want to go to the restaurant. I am hungry. So when you say in English, I am hungry, we say in Spanish, tengo hambre. Okay? Number 3. When we are in summer, we say, uf, tengo calor. Tengo calor. Probably it's because the temperature is high, and I said, oh, tengo calor, and my air conditioner in my office is not working well. So, tengo calor. Jeremy, read number 1. Tengo frío.
Tengo frío.
¿Qué significa tengo frío?
I am cold.
Tengo hambre. Number 2.
Tengo hambre. I'm hungry.
Number 3.
Tengo calor. I am hot.
Very good. Number 4. Number 4, we say tengo sed. Tengo sed. ¿Qué significa tengo sed? Oh, Jeremy, Andrés, tengo sed.
Thirsty.
Exactly.
Thirsty. Yeah.
I am thirsty. Tengo sed. I'm sorry. Tengo sed. Muy bien. I am thirsty. Very good. Number 5. Remember, those are common expressions where we use the verbo tener. Tengo prisa. Tengo prisa. ¿Qué significa tengo prisa?
I'm in a hurry.
Exactly. Wagner, can I talk with you 5 minutes? I'm sorry. Jeremy, tengo prisa. I need to go to the bank, but I can call you later. Okay? Tengo prisa. I am in a hurry. Very good. Number 6. So we will study, of course, we have more expressions, but now I want that you learn these 6 expressions is tengo sueño. Tengo sueño. For example, Nicole, she said at night, oh, Jeremy, let's watch a movie. And Jeremy dice, I'm sorry, Nicole, I am tired. Estoy cansado. Tengo sueño. So that means like, Jeremy, you want to go to sleep. Tengo sueño. I want to sleep. Okay? So 6 expressions that we use with the verbo tener. We have more. But now we will study only these 6. Okay. So remember what we studied today. Today we studied the uses of the verbo tener. Uses of the verb to have. Number 1, one more time. Obligation. I have to go to the bank. Yo tengo que ir al banco. Use number 2. Possession. I have 1 cat. Yo tengo un gato. It's my possession. Yo tengo un carro. I have 1 car. It's my possession. Number 3, relationship. Yo tengo una amiga. I have 1 girlfriend. It's not possession. It's relationship. Number 4, the age. When we talk about our age in Spanish. So because in English, remember, that is different. I am 49, but how we say that in Spanish, it's like if you say, I have 49 years old. And finally, we use the verbo tener with common expressions like tengo frío, tengo hambre, tengo calor, tengo sed, tengo prisa, y tengo sueño. So Jeremy, after this class, how many uses of the verbo tener can you use in your speech in Spanish?
5.
5 different uses. Are you going to put in practice these uses during the week?
See.
See, people at home, are you going to use the verbo tener during this week in practice? Are you going to put in practice this? I hope that you will put in practice this, okay? So this is our class today. So today we saw the uses of the verbo tener. If you want to know about one more use of the rest of the verbs that we have in the system, I want to see you next class at the same time, and you will learn about that. Okay? So Andres.
Alrighty. Such an interesting class. It's been a pleasure to have you here, Warner and Jeremy. Before letting everyone go, I wanted to show you guys our webpage here. So these Spanish classes, with as I was saying at the beginning of the class, we are now in the 9th Spanish class, and this wouldn't have been possible without the help and support of these companies here. The Expat Community is powered by these companies right here. We have companies from International Relocation Partner to We Speak Spanish, and Costa Rica Expat Insight Tours. Maybe we could start with We Speak Spanish. Warner, tell the people what do we have in your webpage? How can we find you? What services you offer? Because people might be interested in learning more than what we currently have here. We just have 35, 40 minutes to learn Spanish, but people might be interested on learning more. So how can we find you? What do you offer?
Muchas gracias. Thank you, Andres, for that question. Well, you can go to Google and you can put We Speak Spanish Costa Rica, and you will find probably now 4 or 5 profiles about us. Which one? Why 5 profiles? Because we have one profile for every location that we have. So in this moment, we have 6 locations. We have one office in Santana. We have one office in Atenas. We have one office in Savannah near the National Stadium. We have, of course, our campus online. So we have sessions online. If you are in Costa Rica, but it's not possible for you to go to our locations, so you can take classes online. If you are not in Costa Rica, of course, you can take classes online. At the beginning of next year, we will opening a new office in Golfito. So we have students that they are waiting that we open the office in Golfito. And next year, probably we will opening at least 6 more locations around the Central Valley. Why? Because we know that there's a lot of expats that they want to improve their Spanish. We don't want that they come to our place. We want to go where they are. Okay, so please tell us, where are you? Please tell us if you have a group of friends and we can start the campus, we can start the office with a group of your friends, okay? We have actually, face-to-face sessions. We have online sessions. We have face-to-face in group, or we have face-to-face private. That is depends your goal. And also we have classes online in group, and we have classes online private. Why? Because that depends your goal. Saturdays we have classes for kids. We have classes for teens in our location in Santana and in our location in Atenas. Okay, we have classes. And now I am happy to open one program. This is a Spanish program for expats plus 58, because this kind of classes is for people who is elder than 88 years old, because they feel comfortable taking classes between people with the same age. So that is very good. If you are interested, you can send me a message through WhatsApp. You can send us a mail, or you can go to our website, and there's also a contact us form. So, and we will be answering your questions. Finally, I want to say that we have every week now, especially in Atenas, we have one introductory Spanish class from 11 a.m. to 1:30. I want to give a free class to show what's the methodology that we use in our sessions. If you want to come, just you need to come to our location in Atenas this coming Saturday, and you will be receiving totally free the class about how we teach Spanish. And of course, if you decide to book for the session, we can talk about that the same day. Okay, Andres, this is basically how you can find us. We have a Facebook profile, we have an Instagram profile, and we will be very happy to speak with all of you to answer your questions and give you your suggestions about the classes.
Thank you so much, Warner. Hope to see some of you guys on that introductory class with Warner. Do we have Jeremy? Jeremy, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? My headphones died. I'm using the computer's microphone now. Can you hear me?
No worries. We can hear perfectly. So apart from learning Spanish, which is it's important when moving to a Latin American country, you're missing out of a lot of things if you don't know the local language. You need to have the right contacts when moving to a different country. Jeremy, he's, as you can see here on the title, he's the owner of Costa Rica Expats Facebook group, and apart from that, Costa Rica Expat Inside Tours. He would be your guy when it comes to getting the right contacts when moving to Costa Rica. Could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so it's kind of, the ideas kind of evolved, as we go, with really finding out what people need help with, coming recently and learning and realizing, what we were doing with our businesses was pretty much just baptism by fire. We had to learn everything very fast. And, we did loads of research before coming, but that just doesn't always really hit all the spots that you need. And then, as anybody here who's been here for a while knows, that things can easily go wrong when you have the wrong people by your side, and that's what we're kind of integrating with the group, is trying to turn that group, since there's so many people there looking for qualified people. That's what our first step is, to really make that, like I said, a safe spot for anybody to go for contacts. And then our company's now running the page. So if you need us, you just click at the top and it'll take you directly to our page, and we'll start posting a little bit more as we start changing things up a little bit. But that's really the first part of what we're aiming to do, is making sure that expats come here with the comfort of knowing that they're not going to have the wrong people trying to help them. That's the main goal.
Right. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Without, we'll see you next Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. Costa Rica time. And yeah, the Expat Community is an initiative Paulo and I have created. We have the Spanish classes, 3:30 every Wednesday. We have the translated news into English. If you don't know Spanish, which you can learn with Warner and with us, but if you don't know Spanish yet, we have translated news into English. So go to your inbox every Friday. We also have articles of topics of interest for Mexico, Panama, Costa Rica, and Spain. So yeah, if it's of your interest, you can go to the webpage right here at the bottom. And it's been a pleasure to have you here, Jeremy, Warner, and to all of the people at home. Hope to see you next Wednesday.
It's always fun. Thanks for having me.
I want to finish. I want to finish with this, because people in the comments, they are asking about what time is the introductory class this coming Saturday. And where? Yeah. So says we will have one introductory class this coming Saturday at 11 a.m. until 1:30, depending on how many people in the class. In Atenas, we are located 100 meters west from the Banco Popular. So there is a new shopping center. It's a small shopping center, but it's very new shopping center in the local number 3. The name of the shopping center is Calle 2 Plaza Atenas. Calle 2 Plaza Atenas is a beautiful place, a new place, and
it's right beside Linea. Linea, is that the new medical center right there? It's right beside it.
Exactly. That's the place. So we will be there. So I will have classes with the kids, and after I finish the class with the kids, 11 a.m. we will start with this introductory class. So by the way, last Saturday we have the same session, and we had 8 people in the session, and two of the students, they decide to start classes immediately. So that is exactly the idea. Something that we want to offer you to show you how we teach Spanish. And so that I will be waiting with you. Remember, for you, it's totally free. Just you need to come to pay attention, to enjoy the class with me, and we can talk after that. Okay? Thank you, guys.
Right, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Warner. Thank you, Jeremy.
Adios.
Thank you, everyone at home.
Nos vemos.
Hasta luego.
Chao.
Oh,
Chao.
Adios.